Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Air Kitty. Olaf is here too. And today I actually, unfortunately, come to you with some unfortunate news. I am gonna have to put some series on a hiatus. Let me tell you a story. Sit down, children. So, problems started happening with the Rugrats game. I thought at first one of my disk drives was broken because at first it didn't respond to me hitting the, open tray button. Come to find out, it's just old technology. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the disk drive. I actually opened it up and, I was checking all the components and everything. Everything is perfectly fine. It is just, wear and tear, basically. It's old hardware. So, it takes maybe another press. But it was perfectly fine. So, I have a second disk drive that came with the computer. And so I put it in that. And it read fine. There was nothing wrong with it necessarily. But there's no way you could have known this unless you opened up the second disk drive as well, which obviously I had no reason to. Because as far as I knew, as far as the knowledge I had, there was nothing wrong. Apparently I learned if you open up your disk drive, there's a little infrared sensor on there that reads the disk, the eye. And that's on a rail system. Well, obviously for that rail system, you need to put grease on it. But if you end up putting too much on, sometimes what can happen is because obviously it's hardware, it's running, it heats up. Sometimes the excess grease that gets pushed along that rail will actually get pushed off of it and onto your disk. AKA on the bottom, where all the data is. I think you can see where this disaster is heading. The Rugrats disk evidently had grease on the bottom of it, and I can tell you right now that there's nothing that I can find that would take it off easily. I have tried everything in the book that I can think of. Toothpaste, rubbing alcohol, soap and water, apple cider vinegar. I think I've tried something else, but I can't remember right now. I have tried literally everything in the book, and of course, because it doesn't come off easy, the only thing that I found that actually somewhat worked was, soap and water loosened it, but it didn't remove it. And basically to take it off, you had to scrub it off this tray. Or even worse, basically, you were probably gonna have to get a razor blade and scrape, which I was like, I'm not about to do. Well, evidently I somehow ended up scratching the disc anyways. Which sucks. Big time. Yeah. But the game was still in a playable state, so I was like, fingers crossed, maybe we can work with this. No, we cannot. Multiple times, I would have to replay the entire game up to the point where I was at with the videos, or the game would crash completely and corrupt the save, or, and this was kind of the kicker for me, it would work fine, but some of the cutscenes or the audio would be corrupted in some way, which I was not happy with. So after the last time I tried to play it, this is where disaster number 2 comes in. So it crashed and it changed the resolution of the computer. Obviously to where you have the massive icons and they're all scrunched together. So I was like, oh, no big deal, I'll just change it. But I couldn't remember what I had the resolution at before. And I was expecting it like Windows, that if you accidentally set it, or a newer Windows system, where there was some safeguard, where it wouldn't let you set the resolution to higher than what your monitor allows. No, Apparently Windows 98, or at least the custom version that I got, was like, meh. You want to set it to 2K, 4K? You go right ahead. They should not have trusted me with such power. I knew my TV was not a 2K, 4K monitor. I was actually aiming at another thing, and then something happened and I accidentally hit 2K. So I was like, crap. Now my TV just displays unsupported mode. So I can't see anything. And this is literally the same thing when I boot the computer up. I cannot see anything. There's nothing. It is a black screen. I think this somehow also ended up corrupting some of the drivers. Like the keyboard driver. You know, the one thing you really need to be able to navigate a computer. Somehow, for some reason, the keyboard is recognized, but not until after it boots up. Not before, so you know, when you're sitting there mashing F8. No. After that, it then registers it. And I know it registers it because when I get to the screen where it tells me, oh, we don't see a keyboard, and then I hit the key for the boot menu to try to get somewhere, I see something for like a split second come up, and then it goes away as if it's like, you know, continuing with the boot up cycle. I should say this though, that is the one screen I can see for some reason, is when I'm sitting there mashing F8 and trying to get to the boot menu. It allows me to see the error screen that says I have no keyboard. That is the only screen I'm allowed to see, apparently. Yes. So, yeah. I'm a little upset. I am desperately trying to fix this issue. I have the components, well, almost all the components I need. I think the quickest solution for me is to find a family member or a friend that has a 2K or 4K TV. I am still searching. My dad is an option, but unfortunately it's going to be a while until I go see him. So, I thought it'd be appropriate because even though I have videos lined up, there's definitely videos that are going out, and I have plenty more games I want to play for the channel. There are some games that are going to be on a hiatus, and I didn't want people to think like, oh, this is going to be like the SpongeBob game, and like the SpongeBob movie game, and I was just gonna, never mind, I'm just gonna stop playing that for a while. There was a legit reason, like, the equipment is broken, I cannot use it. And the Rugrats game, obviously, if you've been here since the beginning of my channel, obviously, if you're watching the Rugrats series, you probably heard it in the very beginning of the series, that I literally tried everything to get this game to work, regardless. On a Windows 10, both 64 and 32-bit version. I tried getting this to work on a virtual machine. Nothing. It is one of those games that falls into the category of it needs original hardware. So that is the bad news. But I do want to leave this video off with some good news. Because obviously, not all the series that I'm doing right now are going to be canceled. Well, on a hiatus. They're not going to be on hold. It's really just the games for the old Windows computer. So, which means a lot of older games, unfortunately, are going to be on that list. However, I did buy a new Rugrats CD, which is in pristine condition. I legit am not really going to be able to tell the difference between the two CDs until I take them out of the case and look at them. So that is fantastic news. I cannot wait until after I get my computer fixed to try it out and to make sure that obviously everything is in working order for that. On top of that, because of the fact that Rugrats is going to be kind of out of the lineup for a little while, I actually was giving some thought to the SpongeBob the movie game. back when the channel was starting, I know a lot of people took a lot of interest in the SpongeBob games that I was playing, and I really do actually want to get back to it. I kind of left it only because I was getting bored of SpongeBob. I am one of those people that I unfortunately burn out easily sometimes with series. Like, I burn really hot at the beginning and then just burn real quick. So I'm constantly always trying to keep, I'm constantly trying to keep things fresh and, kind of jump between series and stuff like that, just so that way I'm not usually getting bored or I'm not spending too much time on one series over another one. So I actually am thinking about bringing that back, just kind of picking it back up from where I left off with that part. I may have to replay my game a little bit, because I think I did play it and some of the parts got corrupted, unfortunately, which is also kind of a factor as to why I kind of just gave it, just kind of pushed it off to the side for a little bit. But I think in its place I will bring back the SpongeBob game, just because it's a fun game. I still really like it. It has a lot of funny moments and a lot of just, like, weird, wacky stuff, like SpongeBob, SpongeBob. But I'll also probably put in parts of the Flash games and everything, because one, I'm really enjoying the Flash games. I'm really enjoying going back and playing those, as well as the fact of it does kind of still fit the aesthetic of, the older games and everything like that. So please don't worry that, these series are not coming back or anything like that, or they're just going to be on an indefinite hiatus. I'm trying very hard to get this thing working, because obviously I love this computer. I have bought so many games that I'm gonna cry if I can't play them. Like, legit, this is like my life dream right now, and if I cannot complete this life dream, I'm gonna have a fit. Sorry to bombard you guys with some bad news. Obviously, this is very temporary. Do not think that this is forever, of course. And obviously, I will let you guys know when I get this fixed, when everything's up and running again, and obviously it'll probably be when a new Rugrats video goes back up. I hope you guys will still look forward to the series that I'm making. I hope that you guys are enjoying the channel as is. If you have any suggestions for games that I should play or pick up, regardless if they are a newer title, one that's shown up on Steam, or even just an older game that, you're like, hey, I remember this game from my childhood. Could you add this to the list? Definitely let me know. And obviously, if you guys have any suggestions for how to possibly fix this issue that I have, so that, maybe hopefully in the future I don't have to go out and seek out friends and family for their TVs, because I'm not even 100% sure this is going to work. By all means, let me know. I do have the operating system disk for the fresh install, but I have no idea how to wipe the hard drive because I can't see anything. So yeah, if you guys have run into this problem for whatever reason, or if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I am more than happy to hear them. But yeah, so thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.